Just about every homeowner has seen their home value drag down in the past couple of years. I know I have, a lot. Prices have plunged a fifth on average from their peak in 2006. So how can you recoup some of your losses? By fighting your property taxes so you can save big money.
If there's one silver lining to the dark cloud of plunging property prices, it's this. If your house drops in value, your property taxes might go down as well.
When properties were going up, everybody was getting their taxes raised, and when properties are going down, they should get them reduced.
He should know Joel Greenberg is not just an appraiser, he's also a special magistrate who presides over his county's property tax appeals. And lots of people do appeal. Property values are estimated by a computer, which means that your assessed value could be wrong and you could be entitled to a lower bill. So how do you go about it? You start with the annual estimate of your assessed value. This is what the powers that be think your property is currently worth. So first, check for mistakes. Is your lot size correct? How about your square footage? Don't just assume the county is right. Then see if the value makes sense. Get comparables by searching your neighborhood for homes that are similar to yours in age, size, and condition.
The single most important thing is to get an appraisal on the property, because that's a professional giving me his opinion on what the property is, as opposed to coming in and just telling me that you think the property values are lower.
All right, so let me explain to you a little bit how this is so important to you. So your property taxes are based on the value of your home, right? In 2006, even 07, our homes were worth a lot more. So ask yourself, are you paying property taxes based on the value of your home 2 years ago, or even 5 years ago, or 1 year ago? Tracy Conan is with us on the money line right now. Tracy, here's the question for a lot of us. We've seen a lot of our home values go down. Can we challenge our current assessment, the value that basically the municipality puts on our home, even if it was made 2 years ago at the height of the housing market?
A homeowner should absolutely challenge their assessment if they believe it's too high. You know, the house is often assessed, and then that value is carried forward from year to year and used as a basis for the future assessments. And so obviously, as you pointed out, if we start out with an assessment that's too high, it can affect the taxpayer for years to come. So challenge early and challenge often. As soon as you know that you've got an issue, challenge that assessment and see what you can do to get it down to something that's more reasonable.
Why should you pay taxes on a price that maybe, let's say, was $500,000 2 years ago, and now you're worth $350,000? So Tracy, what is the first step that you can take if you need to challenge an older assessment?
Well, what you're going to do is you are actually going to challenge this year's assessment, which may have been based on something done a couple of years ago.
And that saved you quite a bit of money every year.
Well, for me, it saved me only about $250 a year, but I got to tell you, $250 pays a bill, and since it's something that is recurring every year, it was important for me to get that assessment knocked down right away, so I wasn't paying for it for the next 10 years to come.
Yeah, and that was based on an assessment of your home that went down basically around $11,000. So just imagine there are a lot of people out there whose homes have gone down $100,000 in value in 1 year. So that can be translated into really big savings. So Tracy, talk to us about, there is some paperwork here. So you got to present proof of the position that you're standing on.
Right. You can't just tell the assessor that you think your taxes are too high and expect them to agree. You really need to prove that the value of your home is lower than what they've assessed it at.
Yeah, and you can use the web for that, too. You can find a lot of records of sales in your area like Zillow or Trulia.com. Now, Tracy, you did this on your own, but sometimes, when do you need to bring in help? When would you need to bring in a professional?
Really, I think the average consumer can often do it alone as long as they're willing to do that research on the property values. Like you mentioned, there are websites now available to help with that. A lot of assessor information is available online, so that's how I got information on properties in my area, just from my local assessor's website. And so if you're willing to do that research, you can do it on your own. The more money that's at stake, however, the more I recommend that you start looking towards a professional.
Thank you so much, Tracy, for your help. help on this one. It's a biggie. For more on how to fight property taxes and save big time, check out onthemoney.cnbc.com.